Hello there, Leo, and welcome to my channel, White Angel Messages. I'm Angel. This TarotScope reading will cover September 1st to the 15th, 2025. It is a collective and general reading, so if something does not resonate, just check your other placements. All the links are down below in the description box. On the 5th of September, I'll be uploading the last Summer Love bonus reading that will focus only on love. This reading will focus on everything, including love. Before we start, I'd like to say thank you to all those that left me a small donation in my PayPal donation jar. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, now let's start the reading, Leo, and see what is in store for you. I'll anticipate that your finances could be positively unpredictable in the month of September for the entire month. Let's go see the details. Okay, on the 1st of September, we have Uranus in retrograde in Pisces. And this means taking a look at your boundaries and your emotions. So Leo, I'm sure you're not having problems having your boundaries respected, correct? Okay. Saturn in Pisces can be emotional, so you're going to have to increase a little bit of self-care, which maybe you neglected a little bit. Now, you're going to have time to do this because Saturn will be in retrograde until the 27th of November. And Saturn in Pisces, which talks about self-care, will last until the 13th of February 2026. So there's a lot of time to give yourself self-care. On the 2nd of September, we have Mercury entering the sign of Virgo, which means that it's great for analytical work, to look at the details and find those details, those elements that require focus to get ahead and to do well. Even communication will be precise. Just be careful not to overdo it and become hypercritical, okay? This situation is going to last until the 18th. Now, we were talking about finances, Leo, okay? Your ideas are going to become very profitable when Mercury joins the Sun in your money zone on the 2nd, okay? You're going to have a windfall of cash arriving also, but in a couple of days. You'll see why. This is what gives it the start. Let's take a look first at another retrograde in Uranus. Now, when this happens, Uranus usually favors change and disruption. When it goes into retrograde, it means that it's better to wait until it goes direct to make drastic changes. That is, on the 3rd of February, it goes direct. In the meantime, what do? Start analyzing things. What should we keep? What should we not keep? Okay. And then on the 7th, we have a beautiful full moon in Pisces, which is, after a few minutes, a complete total lunar eclipse in Pisces. And this is also called the blood moon. We have a special video on this coming up, and it's really powerful. There's going to be a lot. What I can anticipate here is that emotions are going to be very strong. Okay. Your boundaries could get a little bit blurry on this day. So even though you may have strong boundaries, if you don't, work on them. But if you do, even on the 7th, they may be a little bit blurry. So if you need to, reinforce your boundaries on the 7th when the eclipse happens. Remain grounded and flexible, of course. Your faith could be tested in some manner. We all will be. Okay, this is the effect of the eclipse. So know when to hold and when to let go. Okay, the eclipse is going to ask us all to release something. A belief, some sort of habit that we have, some sort of way of behaving. Trust that it's necessary, and the more you're willing to let go of certain things or certain ideas, the better you're going to feel. Now, for you, Leo, we were talking about finances. There's going to be a lot of cash coming in, as we had said, especially around the lunar eclipse. However, be careful, because the eclipses are, let's call them a wild card. The abundance that you get could also vanish very, very quickly. Okay, so if you want to keep that money coming in, be very careful. Let's just put it this way. Okay, Leo, let's take a look at what messages come through for you from Spirit. And this is already one because it's not coming up to me. Okay, 4 of Wands, happiness or unhappiness? What are you going to choose? So it looks like this reading for you, this message, has to do with the fact that you have the strength to determine if you will be happy or if you're going to have some sort of home conflict or home celebration. This is the home front, okay? These are the people that you live with, whether under the same roof or during the day. There's something that that's gonna come through that you will be determining how things actually go, well or not. Let's go take a look. Well, that was quick. And it's always you deciding. What's this all about? Four of Pentacles. Well, that's interesting. Four of Wands and Four of Pentacles. We have an angel number. I suggest you look it up. Okay, if you go into Google and write angel number 44 interpretation, every way you write it, or vice versa, interpretation of the angel number, etc., is going to lead you somewhere different. Okay, so it's best that you go in and you find something that there's a message for you, basically. Okay, so here we're saying, here even this is up to you. Again, this is coming up with happiness and melancholy and dishappiness. Okay, this is reinforcing it. The happiness, the happy home life, etc. These are up to you. Okay, now, because I had actually said happiness here with the Four of Wands, and I anticipated this one coming out because the Four of Wands, as I was speaking, I was talking about the actual home support, right? Home conflict or home stability, home happiness, basically. Okay, the home front. And this is coming up with the happiness and unhappiness card with the Four of Pentacles. See, here I'm picking up that it's something that has to do with your happiness at home regarding finances. Yeah. Because the Four of Pentacles is money. So it's either the insecurity, financial insecurity, or security, or like the savings, or spending too much, for example, or putting it away. Now, the stars had actually said that this month for you, money can be unpredictable. Like, you can have a windfall of cash around the eclipse, but be careful because it could disappear. The cards are reinforcing it. Okay, the relationship of money, being able to save it or squander it, has to do with the happiness in the home, but it's up to you. You're going to be determining this. You've already had a warning here with the eclipse, and now it's reinforced with the cards. You're definitely coming into money, Leo. Definitely. Okay. I heard too much. Okay, do it again. You're definitely getting... It's like, see how they all fell out? That was an example. I mean, you got it, and then boom, there they go. Okay. You're going to have to consider right now when it comes in, how are you going to manage it? Will you be able to? Death and rebirth in the reverse. Major Arcana. Okay. You have some negative patterns. I think this is talking about or towards a Leo, which may have some patterns that they tend to repeat, and they're negative. And it has to do with money. Maybe you tend to spend it a little bit, maybe gamble it a little bit. You might repeat it, yeah. You're resisting the change. You're resisting to... It's easier for you to repeat the pattern than beat it. Okay. But you've got money coming in. Wouldn't it be good to save it up like this little squirrel is doing? Squirreling it away. Yeah. Also spending it on something, but we have to be very careful on what. You're going to have to use some wisdom there. Let's see. Well, in any case, Spirit is making this message come through, confirming what the stars had said, because in fact it's important for some reason. Okay. We have the Three of Wands in the reverse. Okay. So there is some sort of frustration that you're going to go through, some sort of... You're going to feel limited and frustrated because you can't spend it if you hold back, right? And if you don't repeat that pattern of spending it or enjoying it, etc., you're going to feel frustrated. It's going to bother you because you want to do it. Let's go see. Okay, you do have the Awakening, the so-called Judgment card. That is here, Spirit is asking you to self-evaluate. Okay, see, take a look at yourself. Awaken, basically. They're trying to wake you up with this. Okay, take a look at your patterns. This negative pattern. Really, you can't break it. Really, shouldn't you? Do you really need that? Do you really need the pattern? Because you're afraid of repeating it. Maybe this happened in the past and you lost the money, and you're afraid that if that money comes back in again, you're going to behave in the same manner and then have that regret. Okay. Just be aware of it. Self-evaluation is sufficient. I mean, if you see it inside of yourself, and then when the money comes in, you should be able to act upon yourself as though you were another person. Okay, and tell that person, no, don't spend it in that manner. Enjoy it, yes, but keep your foot on the brakes. Embodiment of Wands. Okay, we get the King of Wands here now. Leadership. Okay, here we have, I was saying, ask someone, see yourself as someone else, and you're giving them advice. Okay, the energy of a leader. Be bold. Okay, and take control. That is the type of energy that you should be taking on to do this. Okay, take control of it and become a leader. When you look at yourself and you talk to yourself and say, this is what we're supposed to do it as a leader. Give the command. Okay. 9 of Swords. Yeah, this is really bothering you. You have fear about doing this again. Okay, you have the fear, but you also have a beautiful card here. You have the Sun card. You can be successful in doing this. If you want to, you can. You can be happy. Okay? Because you see, there's nothing really stopping you except yourself. The first 2 cards were reinforcing it. This is you. This is you deciding how everything is going to go. And this is telling me that you have the possibility, right? This is you. If you want it, you can have it. 5 of Pentacles. Okay, 5 of Pentacles talks to me about a struggle that you went through, and you remember this. Okay, so this is a fear, and this is the memory of something that has already passed. But in the middle, this is where you are. You're in the middle of these two things. Okay, these 2 memories of things that did not go very well, and the anxiety and stress. But this is showing you that right there in the middle, that's you. This is the force that you have, represented by a horse. When they talk about motors, they talk about horse powers. Okay, this is the confidence that you have, that you should have, because with this confidence you can do it. And there we go. The embodiment of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. Okay, if you want, you can be abundant, prosperous, secure. That provider, the one, because see how it has the Pentacles right there? You can. These are the 2 cards. Notice the yellow in this one and the darkness in the other 2. Okay, you're worried about it, but you can do it because you have the strength of it and you have the wisdom. All you have to do is decide to do it. That's it. It's your choice, completely your choice. Whatever happens is not determined by fate. It's not in the cards. The cards are showing you that you have the ability and the strength to do so, and it's all up to you, Leo. You're the king, right? You're the king of the jungle. You have the power to do it. If you want to do it, you can break it. You can manage it. You can be happy, and therefore you can be abundant and prosperous. If you don't want to do it, then this won't happen. These 2 cards won't happen. But if you want to, they can. They're there on the table for you. It's all up to you to decide which cards you want. And that's it. That's the message for this time. We are all getting stronger this time around. We're all getting cards in which we have to decide, and no one's going to give us the answer to the equation, basically. Okay, Leo, be strong. Be very strong. So when that windfall comes in, it's all yours. Thank you, Leo, for being with me, for liking, for sharing, and for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you on the next TarotScope reading, the last for the Summer Love Bonus reading, on the 5th of September. See you soon. For now, bye-bye from Angel.